Hello everyone, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Think landscaping should be the solution or should be your solution every time you think about design, plan, and transforming your outdoor spaces. So please, do the needful and contact them. You know, they are really good at that. Beautiful spaces, lasting impact in there for you. So I tell you, they are really great at this, and we are going to work with them for some time until we reach the levels that we want to reach. So that is Think Landscaping, and they're really good at that job. So if you have your outdoor space and you want it to look like that, or you even have a design that is not put up there, but you feel like that design should obviously be executed, you talk to them. And they can even come to your place and look at it. After looking at it, they can obviously find themselves in a position of really putting out or executing that plan. They can even draw the plan with you, anything you want. The numbers are already there onto the screen. So please go ahead and contact them as we head into this Malo Gusto to Man City interest. Smash like button, comment, and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having pure fun wherever you are. And it's really great to have you here, and I'm really excited to be here once again talking to you. We do have Lautaro Martínez into the mix. And we also have Didier Deschamps speaking ahead of the World Cup on Olise. Big stories coming in through, and it's not going to be a long one. It's going to be maybe a 10-minute video, depending on to how far we can go. Now, Grammy Bailey has come up and told us that Enzo Maresca is reportedly targeting Chelsea's £31 million Malo Gusto as his first signing for Man City. Now, Enzo Maresca is yet to be confirmed as the Man City manager because there are still some nitty-gritties that Man City is supposed to sort out with the club known as Chelsea. And as they are really trying to sort this out, he's really trying to convince the player of Chelsea to obviously join them. And it goes by names of Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto, I think, came in through at Chelsea at the age of 18, if I'm not mistaken, from Lille, from France. And he has featured predominantly for every manager that Chelsea has gone ahead to bring in. I think he featured alongside Tuchel. He featured alongside Graham Potter. He featured alongside Pochettino, Enzo Maresca, Rosinia, and I think, again, it's Xabi Alonso. If at all he really stays and he doesn't obviously go to Man City, he will feature predominantly. Now, why does Enzo Maresca need a player known as Malo Gusto? Enzo Maresca needs Malo Gusto because of the following attributes in there for you. Pace and acceleration. He's extremely fast, allowing him to recover quickly in defense and provide dangerous overlapping runs. You know that very well. And I think Man City has been lacking it for a very long period of time, ever since they lost João Cancelo and Kyle Walker. Stamina. Elite energy levels that allow him to press high up the pitch and maintain intensity for the full 90 minutes. Obviously, Lewis, is it called Rico Lewis? He cannot obviously offer you that. And Matheus Nunes cannot obviously offer you that at the side of Man City. Then agility. Possesses excellent balance and quick foot, often using steps and feints to evade defenders in tight spaces. So that is the other attribute that this guy really holds. Offensive and technical. Ball carrying. Thrives as a progressive carrier who is highly confident, taking on defenders, possessing a strong 1v1 dribbling success. Now, obviously, he's really great in that area. Passing. short pass and long passing capabilities, aiding in build-up play and linking with the midfield and wingers. You've had it very well. Crossing, capable of delivering dangerous balls from the byline, though consistency in crossing is an area where he needs to continue to develop. Yeah, and I think Enzo Maresca can help him on that. And defensively, tenacious tackling, strong and confident when stepping into challenges, often using his pace to recover and make crucial sliding tackles. Positioning, while improving his concentration and spatial awareness in the defensive line, can sometimes be exposed against elite attackers. And he now plays for Chelsea. He can play as a right back and left back, and he plays with the right foot. That is Malo Gusto for you. Now, Man City need this player. They need a right back. And we've gone ahead to see to it that they also need a player known as Livramento. You understand? So, if they are in for Livramento, Malo Gusto has been added onto the list. Maybe they've sensed that maybe Livramento is leaning so much to play for the side of Arsenal, and they're like, let's go in for Malo Gusto. And the big question is Chelsea willing to sell? Now, Chelsea without Champions League football is vulnerable to keep certain players. We all know that. Chelsea, without Champions League football, they are really vulnerable to keep these players. And I know these players will obviously come out and say they are not willing to obviously stay up there. You understand? So that is it for the club of Chelsea and Malo Gusto. But I know he can improve that right back position very well. And I think Enzo Maresca is eyeing the player. And he'll be using his contacts to convince him to obviously come and join him. So Malo Gusto is one of those stories and transfers that you're waiting to see whether they will come to pass or not. But indeed, he's one of those that is highly wanted in there for you. Now, Lautaro Martínez has come up and obviously spoken ahead of the World Cup challenge they really do have. Can they be the first nation to defend the World Cup? Because they still have almost the same team that went ahead to win the World Cup in the last outing in Qatar. Martínez has said, I prepared myself very well, mentally more than anything for this World Cup. You know what Qatar meant for me because of my injury individually. I didn't have the tournament the way I wanted to, and I didn't arrive the way I wanted to either. Now I feel very well. We have to go and defend what we achieved in Qatar. So he was like, I never enjoyed Qatar because he always came off the bench. But he scored a very crucial goal, the third goal that saw Mbappe equalize in there for you. So Lautaro Martínez is one of those that has gone ahead to put out a very huge outing in there for you in Italy, and is now part of the squad, and is like, I'm gonna be a regular into the team of Argentina, you know. And we wait to see how the manager will obviously come up and obviously put out a very huge shift in there for you, because as it stands, it really speaks volumes on whether the guy will come in through and really put in a very huge shift altogether. But Argentina played its friendly today, and Lautaro Martínez started, scored a penalty, and Simeone Giuliano in the 54th minute. Now, the lineups were as follows. Juan Mosso in goal, Agustin Guille, Nicolas Otamendi, Nicolas Tagliafico, Lisandro Martinez. That was the back four. Then Valentini Bacco, Giovanni Chelsko, Palacios, Simeone. And then Lautaro Martínez and Thiago Almada came in through. The bench had Rodrigo De Paul, Lionel Messi was there. He was one of the unused substitutes in there for you. Nicolas Gonzalez, I think he's the one who plays for Man City, if I don't want to be mistaken, in there for you. Then Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, Christian Romero, Rodrigo De Paul, and the other two players that missed out were Nico Paz and Julian Alvarez. I don't know exactly why they missed out, but it really spoke volumes as to why they never really showed up into this particular game and squad. So that is it for a side known as Lautaro Martínez, speaking out hugely ahead of the World Cup. Now, the other World Cup player that might obviously show up and really bust up is by the names of Olise. Now, the manager of France has come out and said, I'm not worried about Olise replicating what he does with Bayern or what he does with the French national team at the clubs. But if I say that, it does not benefit Bayern. So, Olise is one of those players that has gone ahead of his to put in a very huge shift. And indeed, he might be one of the star players at the World Cup. That is it. And I tell you, he's really a talented player altogether. So as it stands, Michael Olise is one of those that is a starter in the team of France. And the manager has nothing to do. He's really going to be started on the right and Ousmane Dembele on the left. That's what we think. But there is Doe, Desire, Bakola, and very many other players that can obviously get the job done. And so wait and see how the manager of France will obviously line up. So your thoughts on to Man City interested in Malo Gusto are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Lautaro Martínez charge for the World Cup? And lastly, what do you make about what is it? What was the third story about? What do you make about Didier Deschamps trusting Olise to come up and replicate exactly what he is doing at the club of Bayern Munich to the team of France? In there for you. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later.